still didn't even finish in the top 10. So I don't know what the right strategy is.
And this is the last race, right? There's no playoff. I think last season there was playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think there's any playoffs for this one. This is it.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just going Moy. Hey, Moy.
Hello. How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Yesterday's run workout sucked, so I'm sure this is gonna suck. So.
What did you have yesterday on the run?
I did a really weird workout. It was 30 100 meter like repeats.
Oh, because you're training for a 1600, aren't you?
Yeah.
Was it like sprints? 30?
Yeah. So they're at they're 17 and a half seconds, so it's like 440 pace for the. But yeah.
Is that 440 per mile?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What the hell is that in minutes per kilometer? That's pretty fast. So it's like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, something like that. I have no idea.
It's fast. Let's put it
You're
that way.
training a mile race, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I did one for the first time a couple of months ago. There was a big race at a local festival here, or actually some pros that did it, that rode 4.
Yeah.
I obviously wasn't in their feed, but it was cool to watch that.
Right.
Hey guys,
Hey, Jamie. How's it going?
Good.
Who else is on here? Oh, we're all here. Nice.
How's it going?
Hey, Porrick.
Made it.
You ready for your Sunday long ride on a Tuesday?
150 watts sounds nice.
Well, something tells me you'll be doing a bit more than that.
This might not be great. I'm kind of not feeling great.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
Like a cold / headache kind of thing.
I don't know about where you are, but I swear something's going on here too.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, Sarah had it last week and now it's my turn. We'll see. Maybe it's just in my head.
All right, so this week's a long one.
In both kilometers and miles written down on a
Looks terrible, but we'll see what we end up doing. Did a tough workout yesterday for running, so this looks like it's gonna suck major balls.
I watched one guy try to like go balls to the walls right at the beginning to try and get to the sprint, but he like easily got caught. So if you're trying to employ that method, it doesn't work.
I don't think that's ever a method that I employ.
Considering the sprint's like a mile into the race, like
Yeah.
I mean, I see what he was trying to do, but he was doing like 6 watts per kilogram for like 2, 3, 4 minutes, and then he tried to do a sprint, and the whole group just went flying past him. And he basically rode in a pack of like 4 or 5 riders by himself.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, not watching that video.
Well, if we get dropped, we can all go to Bandview, just drop out and go and watch the field.
Yeah. Well, you can, if you get dropped on Church Hill, if you find a group, you can catch on the Fuego Flats. If your group does some work, it is possible. And that first climb is very draftable. It's an average 2.2%. It's like a mile and a half, 2.5K kind of drag. But very, very draftable. It's almost like half of Volcano KOM, basically.
Alright guys, last one.
At least there isn't 1,000 meters of climbing, Jamie.
There is that, yeah, true.
There's only like 400. Maybe that'll be okay. I'm really not looking forward to this.
I feel like that still doesn't make me feel any better.
No. I told my wife how long the race was, and she just looked at me like, "Well, see you tomorrow." Anyways, good luck.
Yep.
Everyone.
Let the Sufferfest continue.
Yeah. Begin.
Oh, jeez. Can't even get up to speed.
500-meter sprint. Long one.
At 1.7K.
Yeah. Or 1 mile. Jesus.
And it's flat.
Yeah, so long. There's no power ups.
I just sat back down. Yeah, I blamed that all on the run yesterday. I was at like 100 meters to go. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit down.
You feeling the front?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're good. All warmed up?
Not warm now. Only 50K to go, guys.
All right.
Holy shit. I think you got 7th, Jamie.
Time.
Yeah.
Over the line. Either way. Thanks. It points me so much when you're always going to be like,
Yeah.
winning back. Single points there, so.
Yeah.
But feeling recovered after COVID?
Yeah, I feel good. Yeah.
All right, great.
That's so good. This is still a really healthy group. 60 people deep.
Really, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we enter Titans at 10K or 6 miles. And then the KOM starts at 12 and a half or 7.7. And it's long and gradual.
You go up it the other day?
I went up yesterday, just nice and easy. Yeah.
I think I saw on the flat to begin with, is it? And then...
Yeah. Most of it is flat. It's only 2.2% average. So I think it'll just be about trying to stay on a wheel. Somebody ramped it up.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Someone's like, there's too many people in this group.
Yeah, we didn't lose anybody though.
I think we lost a few.
Maybe.
Yeah, it looks like either that or they dropped. I can see a little dot.
Yeah, I see them.
But yeah, I think it's only like 1 or 2 people.
A little uptick here. This first bit is pretty chunky.
Starting up in a half mile.
I just did a super attack. All right, here's the start of it. Go 4 minutes. Fifteen point 15.2 is the top, so 9.4.
uphill.
Malcolm said he dropped.
Yeah. Clark, how fast are you guys going?
55.
55?
50.
All right, you're on us. Fuego starts at 26.7 or 16.6.
It triggered the try and drop back a bit, but it wasn't a time.
Yeah. Yeah. Right before the line, just kind of sag back and then get back on the group. And then pray to God this group behind us doesn't catch us.
The rollers at the end there.
Yeah, those are rough. Oh.
Try and sweat the sickness out.
This group behind us is going to catch 22 seconds in gaining.
Yeah, we're not going very fast.
Kind of silly when you do all that effort to go up over a hill, like kind of all for naught on the next segment.
Yeah. You never really know though, do you?
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes, yeah.
But they're like 20 seconds back, and like they should catch us before we start Fuego, but maybe not. If not, they'll catch us there, and then they'll have the advantage.
That's good. Right. You only hope that you've got the strong guys in this group, but
Yeah. Seconds. 15. Fast as it was. 42. 30. Where the hell are we? Am I gonna left here? Yeah. Oh, I know.
Hey.
Yo, how's it going?
Oh, it's awful.
You getting crushed?
Oh yeah, I already fell off the pack. Granted, we are 34 minutes into it, so it's not weird.
Yeah.
Plus, I ran really hard yesterday, so.
Start 2 minutes. Not even ready. Come on, let's go. I put my cadence sensor back on. So I wonder if that would make a difference in the accuracy of this setup.
Probably not.
You don't think so?
No, it has nothing to do with it.
But would it?
Your power meter is calculating based on the power you output to the trainer, not anything to do with cadence. It'll show the cadence if you have it separately. And I think previously it probably didn't show cadence. Maybe?
Right, it was not showing cadence, was just blank, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it just seemed to me like it would be I don't know, something I should have on there.
Well, I mean, it's good to know.
Yeah.
Like, typically I like to be in the 80 to 90 range.
Oh, 80 to 90?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine, I think I normally, it, like, estimates me at 60, the trainer, despite there not being a cadence sensor. So I should go harder.
You're pedaling too slow. You need to shift down gears.
Yeah.
Well, it's supposedly more efficient, so you wouldn't get as tired, but it really just depends, though.
Yeah.
Like for me, my legs aren't, they're strong, but they're not like sprint power 2,000 watts strong, so.
Yeah. All right, cadence sensor is on. We're rolling. And it's reading. It doesn't matter where on the crank this cadence sensor is, right? Like it'll calculate it correctly.
Yours is on the crank? Yeah. It doesn't matter.
So like it could be like right near the base of the crank or near my foot, right? And it would still be good.
I think it's supposed to be based, like, in the settings you should have, based on the crank length, you're supposed to put it on the, whatchamacallit?
Right in the center?
No, like where the pedal, like, where you put on the pedals, it's supposed to be as close to that as possible.
Okay, well, this is going to be inaccurate then. It's near the actual...
I think so, yeah.
Well, all right, well. This is going to read high then. This is near the bottom bracket, so...
Well, I mean, I don't know, like, I haven't really used cadence sensors, so I assume that's what it's supposed to do. But like, I don't have a cadence sensor. I just have the power meter, or, you know, not the power meter, but, you know, the smart trainer. I'm not using my pedals to connect to cadence specifically. I'm just using the power meter or the smart trainer. And that's a guesstimate too. So I just noticed that, yeah, at least for what I can see, it looks accurate.
Let's see. pause this though and over it.
Yeah, I think we're how far behind? What does it say? About a minute 30 behind.
Oh shit. That's nothing compared to how far behind I fall in these races. I end up being like 5, 6.
That's because people that aren't actually D's ride in the group.
Right. It is a pain in my ass that there are people that are flying past me in the D group.
Yeah.
I'm just like, who the hell are you?
They're just people that want to do an easy win and sprint at the end. Basically not do anything and sprint at the end.
Make themselves feel better about themselves.
Well, I mean, most people don't win races, so I think sometimes it feels good to win a race or something. Or beat somebody like just as a sprint.
Alright. Cadence sensor is now right for the
Alright, what's next? Well, the sprint already started. I'm not going to win that, so I'm just not going to try.
Oh, I'm already a minute behind because I paused the button.
Yeah, that's not going to work out well. Looks like the group behind us is going to catch us, though.
When you exercise, do you feel best having just eaten like a light snack, or being like more hungry going into the exercise?
Do you mean for like an all-out workout or just any regular old workout?
Like if you're gonna go hard, what kind of nutrition leading in would you?
Typically eat nothing 3 hours before.
Okay.
So my last meal would be like 3 hours before.
And you eat like pretty well 3 hours before.
I mean, you know, usually it's a lunch, so I mean, it's not like stuffing my face full of food, but it's, you know, a proper sized meal.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're over halfway, so it's all good. I do think the guys behind us are going to catch us, though, so that should be fun. Whew. Yeah, I was telling the other guys, I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna go well. The first sprint was only a mile in, and it was a 500-meter sprint, so it's not short, but you know.
You immediately fell behind.
Well, I was with the group. I stayed with the group past that. It was more so like trying to do a top 10 sprint, and I was like 22nd, but I sat down like 3/4 of the way into it because I was just like, I can't even stand up anymore.
Yeah.
When we even started, I was like, my hip is tightening up.
Yeah, the people that are in that are doing such incredible shit.
Yeah, you wonder how there's like a level much faster than that too.
Like, I'd like to just watch somebody ride in that skill level, like, and see how they're doing it.
Drugs.
Yeah, EPO. Elevation training.
And spending every day training, you know.
My new plan is I'm going to try and ride Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, every single week.
Nice.
It's going to be permanent.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, you have the equipment. You might as well do something, right?
Right. And it's way easier to ride on this trainer than it is in the summer outside.
Oh yeah, for sure. You have to worry about too much.
Right. Right.
You're like, oh, I have to like, what's the route? What do I wear?
Right.
Is my bike ready? Do I have? Yeah.
Spare tube.
I typically don't have to worry about that, but I have 2 bikes and I just have all the equipment strapped to the specific bike.
Yeah.
So it's pretty straightforward, but regardless, it still is more to think about than just hopping in the basement and let's go.
Yeah. I really should buy a cassette trainer for Zwift one before. I really should actually do that, like ASAP.
It doesn't even matter. You can buy the other one. Like, it's the same brand. It's no different.
The Lava one?
Yeah, it's the same. It's like the Bolt or whatever.
It's 800. That was the whole reason the Zwift one was so appealing to me. It was like $500
I'm pretty sure you can find those for $500.
on sale.
I can't imagine that it's like Zwift makes the same thing and they're still charging $800 for theirs. Nobody gonna buy that.
Well, they're like, Wahoo, that's why they're suing.
Like, you can't do this.
They're undercutting them because Zwift, his subscriptions are selling with it. And
Yeah.
Wahoo doesn't have that advantage. At this point, Zwift is basically like Peloton. Sell the equipment, sell the subscription.
Yeah,
Except they don't.
but Zwift is so much better than Peloton. Peloton's like a cult.
Susan's sister loves Peloton. And I was like,
Yeah, a lot of people do.
I was like showing her the Zwift setup, and she was like trying to show me how I could use Peloton, and like as if it was like she felt bad for me. I was like, dude, I don't
Right, but this is a Peloton.
exactly. You can use our subscription if you want. I was like, no, this is intentional.
Like, no, this is specifically for cycling. Like, there's this is not like, I don't know, Orange Theory bullshit where, this is like people who are pretty hardcore when it comes to biking.
Right.
And it's just cool too. Like, it's not this bullshit where you have a trainer like, come on, Zach, you can do it. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't need somebody to tell me that I can do it. Like,
Tell myself I can do it.
and I feel like it's more of a ride where, you actually are riding by yourself or with other people, and it's kind of like the silence that you need.
Right. Honestly, there's probably a huge opportunity from Zwift and Peloton like joining forces in some way.
I think that, but I don't know if that's true. I think it would go both ways, where some people who don't like Zwift would get poached, and then vice versa too. Because they'd be like, oh, sweet, like, I can do this, but the problem is anybody with a Peloton bike can't use Zwift because there's no, like, power passing over.
Right. Well, like, if Peloton just allowed people to run on their bike, like, that would probably be very good because it does read watts and cadence.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, you could do it.
Well, I mean, it shows power too, but their bikes aren't proprietary. Like, there's no frequency that connects with Zwift or anything. Like,
Right, but you
it's all internal. Yeah.
install Zwift on the Peloton.
Yeah, they could certainly do that, but Peloton can also, just like like our treadmill, you can't install anything but use what the subscription is on the actual bike. So only software through Nordic Track. So you can't use like
Yeah.
Spotify, you can't use Netflix, no YouTube, no anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a fucking Android tablet. What the fuck?
What are the injury running?
Injuries? I've only had like a stress fracture.
Because I cannot run more than like 2 miles before my knee starts hurting. For years, it's been like that.
Yeah,
And it's gotta just be meniscus. And
probably.
but
That's like the main injury, right?
right, because I can cycle all I want. And it doesn't.
Right, but it's not as much pounding.
Right, there's no pounding.
Yeah. Well, there is, but like no pounding would be swimming, but you know.
True. More like full leg muscle.
Right. You're not like putting your entire weight on it. It's just
Right.
like running's just like your weight times like 2 or something like that. I can't remember what the equation was.
Is that really?
But yeah, because you actually like when you're running, like not jogging, not run, like not walking, but running specifically, because you're bouncing and you're both like like when you're walking, there's 1 foot on the ground. When you're running, there's no feet on the ground. So yeah, there's a big difference in the amount of pounding that there would be.
Yeah. So because we have a treadmill down here, and I can't even really use it because I can't do more than a mile or 2.
Well,
I always thought.
our treadmill has like a setting where you can make it absorb more weight, so there's more spring to it. So like we bought this one specifically because it had that, because Caroline has had previous issues with like my knees hurting and so on and so forth. So we have the option to have it, but usually we have it off. I mean, yeah, it just feels more springy.
Yeah.
But I don't use it typically because it's very much a like it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, it's not good training for you.
All right.
Yeah, having cadence is like, this is just good because it's helping me keep consistency in my output.
Yeah. Like you try to keep that, and you know, when you go up a hill, you don't necessarily want to be at like 60 RPM. You kind of want to be at higher RPM, so you're not trying as hard.
Right, that's what I just did. I was like at
Yeah.
10th grade. I just targeted 94, and it was like way easier than previous climbs I've done.
Yeah, that's what I see as an issue for a lot of people. Like Peter and Mike are awful at shifting gears, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
why are you making this more difficult on yourself? You have like 24 gears for a reason. Like,
They're probably just going based on feel. And,
yeah,
so they're just trying like whatever feels like they can push the hardest.
right. But I mean, Peter should know better. He does triathlons all the time. Like, and this is what I tell him. I'm like, you know, you'd go a lot faster if you were more efficient on the bike, not trying as hard, and then you'd be able to run faster. And he's like, no, I'm staying in my gears. I'm like, okay. He's like, well, I can sprint faster than you. And I'm like, well, that's mainly because like how much you weigh is pretty much directly correlated to how much output you can do.
Right. Yeah, his watt per kilo in the sprint is not what he's even looking at.
Right. I was like, I guarantee you my watts per kilo, like, so on Zwift, normally I can beat him. But, you know, when we ride outside, it's not the same. And usually I've done most of the work, so. Damn, these guys just flew past us. Okay, it's okay. Less than, what is that? Less than 12 miles? Whatever the fuck 18.5K is. Oh, these guys finally caught up to us. We have a group of like 10-ish. Oh, the guys ahead of us are minute 15 though. When's the next hill? 40.2. Okay. That's gonna suck. I wonder if these guys are gonna try to get up that hill fast, or if they're just gonna chill or something. The guys behind us are like 3 minutes, so they're not gonna catch us. Yeah, don't you love that the software is, and it, like for your Tesla, is much different than mine.
Yeah, I don't know what. I still don't understand why they wouldn't show you your tire pressure on the app, because that's the last time it was right on the while you were driving. So there's nothing about that that should be hardware.
I think there's also a difference in you're on different, like clearly different version, but
Right, but you're on the FSD version of the track.
right. So I think that might also be different too. So it's possible if I got off of that, that I would be different, or it would update. But I have no idea.
But that, I mean, that tire pressure thing is nice because sometimes.
Yeah, you just get a flat tire, or it's, you know, you're just like, oh.
Think about it. Yeah, it is interesting, but the fact that they decided to upgrade it now.
Well, though.
It's like the only thing I really dislike.
The reason why is because the car is so fucking heavy.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I tested it, I thought it was such a nice feeling because the weight provided this like tank feeling.
Sure.
It was like you really feel like you're gripping the road. But then once you have your baby and your wife in there, you're like, oh, the clunk on every bump is not preferable for family driving.
Well, the noise in general is just going to be louder just because no engine noise.
Right.
I mean, if you had the engine noise, you probably wouldn't even notice the difference.
But if I mean, in the Accord, which the Accord is, you know, full-size sedan, so it's a whole different feel all around.
Yeah.
But I mean, it really, truly, it doesn't feel like you're in mushy, you know, luxury type of suspension, like I was saying, Lincoln Town Car, but it's.
That's because
It's not.
Accord is still, like, it's fairly decent to drive. It's better to drive than a Camry.
Yeah. I've actually never even been in a Camry, I don't think.
I haven't been in a recent one. I think the last one that I was in, well, actually, Caroline's parents have one in, well, they had one in Sanibel. That was pretty
Was there
clunky to drive.
a place on Sanibel?
Yeah.
I know they have it on Sanibel.
Yeah.
So is it done?
Yeah, basically. They have to remodel the entire thing. We're going there next Friday. Not this Friday, but the next Friday, the 28th. And
Did they put the bridge back up?
the what back up?
The bridge to get onto it?
Apparently, we're going to see how bad it is.
I mean, my buddy who lives in Fort Myers, he said that the entire beach area, which is just the beach, not the island, is completely gone.
Yeah.
Like nothing's even left there.
Yep. That's about right.
Hurricanes are rough.
Yeah. Well, they've had many close calls before. I was surprised that it hasn't happened before.
I'm surprised too because I think it was Hurricane Maria, the last one that came close. And when that one came, my buddy straight up left.
Yeah.
Back up here.
Yeah, I remember that. That wasn't too long ago. That was only like a couple of years, yeah.
Yeah, and this time he just stayed because it was supposed to hit Tampa, not them.
Yeah.
And, that was bad.
Oh, fuck this hill. When is it over? 33. Wait, what? No. 41.1, okay. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I should already be done with it. Whew.
I also wonder if the gear setup on this bike is like, right, each gear change is like a little bit too big of a step.
Well, it's possible.
The gravel bike, like as a gravel bike, I would imagine it's not like really built for this type of use.
It might just need change in indexing. I mean, technically, you're supposed to do that like every year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Come on, Zach. Everything you own requires maintenance. Whether it's your refrigerator, your dishwasher, your fucking dishwasher, or your like your washer and your dryer, all that shit needs maintenance.
The dishwasher, all you have to do is run vinegar and whatever.
That's not a gear. Okay.
You just flip the bike?
It's not too bad. This gearing's much, much better than the other one. And I was like, I'm gonna kill myself on it. Because two by is so much better than 3 by. 3 by is so difficult to index for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, did we lose people? I think we did. Look at that.
There was a couple rides, or one of the rides last week I did. I forgot to turn the fan on.
Yeah.
I was like dripping sweat.
Why am I dying?
It's amazing. Like, you don't sweat and you're so sweat. You know?
Yeah, it's very, very different.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah. It is very ridiculous how big a difference it is. Almost there. Last hill, last hill. Or wait, is it? Yeah, it is, I think. Yeah. I think we end on a sprint. Look at that. Wonder if my legs will loosen up by then. Doubtful. Come on. I know we're right around the corner. Come on. There we go. Woo, 41st. Look at that.
How many?
69?
Terrible.
Well, still got 13K to go. That was just one of the KOM sections. It's okay, we're only an hour and 3 minutes into it.
What, 30 miles?
33, I think.
It took you an hour and
something like that, yeah. I'm thinking, let's see where we're at here. Should be able to super tuck here. Yeah. 12K. 6. Probably, yeah. Just under, I think. Can I keep super tucking or not? Nope. More super tuck. Stretchy stretch. Ah, that feels good. Come on, get on the pack. Super tuck. I was like super tucking for a kilometer.
For a kilometer?
Yep. Yeah, the funny thing is I don't think, like if I'm at the front or the back of this group, it matters. I think I get the same amount of points. All right, 6.2 to go. So now that David and his girlfriend are engaged, wonder when Peter and Kelly are going to get engaged.
Yeah, that seems like they're behind. Seems like they've been ready for that.
They've been dating longer than David and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And they've been living together for much longer too. Huh?
Have you met Dave's girlfriend?
I think once at Torrey Rich.
Oh, she was there?
Yeah. Well, it was mostly because David talked about her, so I was like, oh, like I gotta meet her then, so.
How old is Dave?
I think he's 2 years younger than me, so like roughly your age.
Oh. That makes sense.
But he's much more responsible than Peter is, so it makes sense. Like Peter's an idiot. Dave's actually like a good amount of responsible. Like don't get me wrong, he's a goofball, but he's not an idiot like Peter is in terms of like acting wise.
Well, yeah, I mean, Peter he's not particularly fond of serious conversations. It's like his favorite thing.
Yes, he's very much his father in that way.
But he's on top of his stuff.
I mean, yeah, he's not stupid, but he's also just like acts like a 5-year-old. Spends his money on stupid shit. Like
But I don't think he's hurting.
no. No, not at all.
If he was, trying to get a path towards retiring early, then that would be stupid.
No, he just would never do that. He likes to work.
Right, so there's spending money on stupid shit.
But yeah, that family is by no means poor, so money-wise, I'm sure they're perfectly good. on, hit 56. Oh wait, I think the downhill is over. Never mind. More downhill. Go faster. 5 miles to go. Yeah, I should be barely under an hour 30. Where are the front guys gonna finish at?
An hour.
49.6.
Minutes?
I think they're only like, what is it, 3 minutes ahead of us? So, not that far.
I'm surprised. I think they'd be like flying ahead.
They were, but I think people are trying to play the point game. So I think because there's a sprint right at the end, sort of saving up for it. Plus it's like really hard to like get away from the pack. Like if I didn't run yesterday, I probably would be with the first group, but like,
Yeah, your legs are dead.
well, the first group was, because this happened last race too, where the first group got away, but we caught back up because it was like completely flat for a while, and nobody's willing to like take the lead and go faster. So when that happens, usually the second group is able to catch back up because second group is typically trying.
Yeah. Who catch the first?
Yeah. How far are you?
I am 9.6 or 12.6.
Oh, so you'll finish before me too.
Yeah. Should be done in 9 minutes. Doing miles per hour. Miles to minutes in my head is more difficult than it is.
For me, it's because I didn't want to convert all the kilometers into miles. I just switched over to kilometers because it's just, yeah.
Switch it, but I couldn't gauge it correctly in my head. So I switched back. It's too hard.
It's actually easier for me to, because you know the increments are obviously smaller. So, and I'm familiar with like 5K, 10K, 15K, 20K sort of thing, and increments of like, oh God.
I prefer metric pretty much for everything, especially since for anything at work, medical stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
We talk about patient's height in centimeters, dating field, everything. Everything's metric. Milligrams, milliliters, everything. But for temperature and speed,
Yeah.
I prefer temperature because Fahrenheit is a small increment than Celsius.
Right, right.
And then speed is just at 2 meters. Didn't you say there's some advantage to using kilometers in terms of like drops or?
Yeah, you get more drops because it's every kilometer, not every mile.
Yeah. So the rounding is better or something like that.
Yep. Well, a mile is 1.6 kilometers, so that's why.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, basically 1.5 times, so you get more points.
Like,
All right, 3 miles.
and then the biggest ring on the back. I only have 83 RPM right now.
Yeah, I'm on the big ring, but right in the middle.
Do you ever go to the granny ring, like on a 10%?
Yeah, of course. I use all my gears. I'm not.
Yeah, Peter.
I'm like, I set these up. I made sure that it can shift in every gear, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I use them all.
You index when you put it on the trainer.
I haven't done it on this one. Usually it's still pretty good if I switch off my, which is funny because this is a 10 speed and my other one's 11 speed. If I shift, yeah, if I shift all the way, it'll fall off. So,
Oh yeah, that happened that one.
yeah. So I have to make sure I don't do that.
When we changed the bottom bracket on the bike that one time,
Yeah.
it needed to be re-indexed, and I tried to do it. I spent like an hour and a half trying to re-index it, and like I could not do it. I need somebody to show me how. So I just ran it over to a bike shop really quick, and they indexed it in all of 20 seconds. I was like, God.
Yep.
I was like, I feel like such a piece of shit right now. Like, this guy did this with like literally not even looking.
He's like, I'm gonna turn this, and then you're good.
Right, he's like, watch this. Click, done. Like, I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's because we indexed it pretty decently. And it's probably just like a hip off twist or turn this way or that way.
Right. It was like it was not even rideable though before I took it over there. I spent a while trying to figure it out, but what was the...
It's okay, I've done that before too. Where I was just like, yeah, I spent enough time trying to do it because with 3 it's tough. If you only have 2 in the front cut, like on your crankset, it's very easy. Because you only have to, like, you almost don't have to do the front derailleur.
Yeah.
But
also, like, make sure that the indexing works right on both, like, all of your front rings. So, like, perfect on one and then not on the other.
Yeah, so the way that you're supposed to do it is set it up for biggie smalls. Or sorry, I think it's both, like in the first, like, so in your hardest gear, and then you start from there, and then everything is like an incremental change, and then everything on your smaller crank is really just the front derailleur. It shouldn't be much of your rear derailleur. The front, once you get that set, it should work for like 90% of the gear shifts.
Let's see. Okay. Like that.
Well, the problem is that for cables, you can shift in between gears. And if you shift in between gears, then it screws up the rest of your indexing. Because you can do, like, that's the better part of electronic gear set, because when you hit once, it goes 1 over. It doesn't go like a half step or 3/4 of a step or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. Are we gonna get a bike with electronic gears? Put it on your bike?
I don't think so. I think I would do that if there was a bigger step in, like, the upgrade. Because right now it just seems like, oh well, like I already learned how to index, so you know I can do that easily on my bike. But if I were to upgrade, I obviously would upgrade to an electronic, but I feel like since I just bought it like 2 years ago or whatever, you know, I'll probably be set for like the next 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they have something cheaper and something that, like, you know, is that in bike gear set kind of deal.
Yeah.
Where it's like in your wheel, so you don't even have to do any of that shit.
Yeah.
Plus, at that point, I'd probably upgrade frames because I probably want disc brakes instead of rim brakes.
You should get the LED disc.
No, I don't even want a carbon fiber frame. I just want some like probably magnesium, something that's recyclable.
Yeah. Are the specialized alloys all carbon?
Titanium, aluminum, and magnesium are all recyclable. Carbon fiber is like the worst, but it obviously is the lightest. And the other thing is that, you know, if you get into a bike accident, you just never know if it's cracked or not until it like fully cracks.
Right, I remember you were telling me. This carbon fiber is not like a.
It's not an alloy, yeah. It's just
Can't be melted down.
a bunch of fucking. It's basically like fiberglass, but fiberglass is actually recyclable too.
Like carbon fiber should be biodegradable, right? It's not like plastic.
No, it is basically plastic.
Oh, really? So it doesn't break down?
No, I don't think so. Oh, a mile to go. Oh, fuck my life. Yes, we will definitely be under 1:30.
I'm only going to finish just a scratch. We might finish at the same time, actually, because I'm at 0.6 miles away. I'm going to sprint to the finish.
Yeah, it's possible we catch you. Although we are still not going super fast, but I think they're gonna sprint at the end. I don't think I have anything in me to sprint. Like my feet are numb.
Yeah, my feet are numb right now, and I've only done 4 miles. That's because these shoes are not broken.
Yeah, these shoes are fine, but they're tri shoes. It's not really for comfort.
Yeah, these I just upgraded from whatever bike shoes I had before. The Bontrager ones, just because the Amazon ones I had, I'm like, there's no way.
Oh, why are you guys going already? Oh, they're gone. Fuck them. 47th. There's not going to be any difference between 47th and like 42nd. I didn't even see the start of the sprint. Oh, that's because it hasn't started yet, actually. Never mind. All right.
7% grade, 71 RPM, and that is my easiest gear setting.
Got a quarter mile to go.
Shit, you are ahead of me. I'm right at I'm a quarter mile now.
47th is going to be the number. Yeah, I'm just going to dog walk that shit in. Oh yeah, 88 watts at the finish. Woo! Ah, fuck that. All right, cool down time. All right, thank you for watching that Sufferfest. I will cool down and then see you next season. Ah.